Hi, it's Chris with Implied Music, and I'm here with another Gizmo Sunday. And the gizmo for today is Baby Audio's new physical modeling synth, Atoms. I think it's a giant leap forward. I'm a big physical model fan, and I'm really eager to take a first look at this instrument. So let's just jump in and see what we get. So here's Atoms, and it's a physical model. That is to say, it's a mathematical model of an actual sort of vibrating object. And in this case, the object is what they call a spring mass combination. And that kind of puts me in mind of Chas Smith's, beautiful constructions, Hollywood's sort of secret weapon. Well, let's just listen to a few patches. Now, some of these are MPE, and in fact, this one is, but I'm just going to play it without the MPE compatibility. I'll dig out the Rolly Seaboard Rise in a moment. There's a lot of drift going on there, and that's very interesting. Of course, this is from the ambient category. There are many categories. Out of curiosity, bass. Now, if we want to, we can go up to the left-hand corner and just randomize everything, randomize unlocked parameters. I can lock parameters. I'll show you in a moment. Or we can create a new variation based on the current settings. I'm curious to do that. And then I'll recycle again. Here we go. Tiny differences. Oh, I like that. Now, the thing about physical modeling, and I'm sure you know this, is that every key strike is going to have a slight variation, and that's the thing that I love about a physical modeled instrument. It's why I use Piano Tech as my piano most frequently, and it's got something that is really quite special for expressivity, for vitality, and for sort of lively playing. Well, let's just step through some categories. We were just on bass. I'm just going to hop to the next category and find something that we like. Well, just their first keys is called atomic keys. It's quite clean sounding. And yet it has a certain vitality, especially with velocity. I like the atomic keys sound, but I'm going to recycle a little bit and see if I can come up with something around it that I like better. I like that. And that's interesting. I like the grind on that. Now, I'm going to go down here to the LFO tab of the drive. And right now it's set to off. But let's set it to drift. And right now it's set to free mode. I could re-trigger it so that it just kind of like flows around. But let's leave it on free. I'm going to change the key level. So I'm going to go to the root and take it down an octave. And maybe another. Fun. Constantly changing, constantly evolving. This is what I love about physical modeled synths. So going into the lead category, atomic flute. They're using the word atomic a lot. Now, this would be a classic to use with MPE. So I'm going to try to show MPE with this. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I've got my Seaboard Rise set up here. And of course, MPE is a kind of a protocol that allows for a number of physical gestures on the keyboard to be mapped to these controllers. And the way we'll do it is we'll open the automation menu. And first we have to turn on MPE. Open the automation menu and switch, for instance, the filter to MPE. And in this case, it's going to be pressure values. And I don't think it changes. Let's see if we have other possibilities. Yeah, so it's all pressure, and that's fine. I don't mind that. I'm going to do the same thing for drive because it'll give me a little bit of juice. Let's change this to play a couple of notes at once. Right now, I'm in monophonic mode. I'm going to switch it to polyphonic. So, one of the great things about MPE is you've got polyphonic control over things like pitch and, in this case, I set it to drive and filter. So, a simple little pad, and I can vary, filter, and drive on individual notes. Change one note within the chord. You might expect this to be true, and of course it is. For a pad, MPE is wonderful. So I've got melancholic matters, and I turned on the MPE both for the force and the filter. So again, just a simple power chord, and I've got control over individual notes. So here's another category, and it's pluck. And geez, I love this. And, I want to point out down here where it says profile, you've got a bunch of different modes. There's the lo-fi mode, an alternative mode to standard, and then an inharmonic mode, which is, kind of fascinating. Well, check this out. I'm just playing a single tone, and I'm getting lots of like wacky overtones. And it really sounds metallic. Let's close the filter a bit. Nice. And I'm take the release down. Less drive, fewer overtones. We said that you could lock some parameters. So I'm going to click the lock button up here and watch what happens. So now I can lock things that I like. I like, for instance, the order, the overtones, the filter, and the drive. I'm going to let other things change now. So as I click the recycle, just small things change. And that's interesting. Very animated. Sort of weirdly lo-fi, right? Yeah, it's really fascinating. This is an instrument that has some depth to it. Let's just hit the old fully randomized unlocked parameters. That's interesting. I feel like it's... Now, I don't know how I would go about getting a sound like that if I was trying to program it, some other way. It's interesting. It has a kind of a quality of spectral synths or additive synths. Pulsing. Okay, this is a blast. Love the pitch bend. Okay, so we've got a saw wave cycling on itself and changing the chaos knob in a really great way. Wow. The overtone's like in a minor chord, suddenly you have a major overtone. So here's some string anticipation. I've turned the filter on. And I've set it to drift. I actually want fewer overtones. There we go. It's a physical modeling instrument and it's got MPE. I'm super happy about being able to play around with this. And thanks to Baby Audio for sending it my way. I'll be digging into this some more because I really like the ability to like constantly be monitoring the sound and responding to it in real time so that I'm actually having a physical experience of the sound as I play it. I don't know how I could get some of these sounds otherwise. And it's a real different kind of world from the sort of virtual oscillators that you find on some physical model synths. And of course, nothing like sampling, really. And this particular model, I mean, whatever the spring mass model, is one that I've never had an opportunity to play around with before. So I guess what I'm saying is this is different. This is new. Well, I hope it's been fun to take a look at Atoms with me. Like and subscribe and ding the bell. You'll be notified when I do my videos. And I'll see you next time.